What's up, white people? There's a lot of fucking white people here, and I love it. We are ruining the world, and that's what I like about it. Donald Trump is taking over. Now, look, I don't give a fuck about Donald Trump. They asked him, he goes, there's only two sexes, men and women. And I was like, which fucking one are you? Shut the fuck up. I didn't like Joe Biden either. Joe Biden always looked like he was walking into the wrong room. He was just like, is there a party for me in here? Also, if Joe Biden got assassinated, would he even know it? That's how fucking stupid he was. Didn't Joe Biden get assassinated? No, he's still talking up there. I grew up in the 80s. I'm an 80s kid. Love the 80s were cool. You could really compliment women correctly on the street. Like if you saw women with big titties, you go, nice titties. And she would go, thank you. Fucking simple, man. Simple. Now, I was at, the coffee shop that I saw a woman with big titties. And she turned around, she goes, what are you looking at? And I had to think real fast. I was like, is that a Kate Spade purse? Let's go to the South Coast Plaza and just talk. I don't know. Like in the 80s with women, you could have sex with them on a Tuesday, like in a field, and just say, I'll meet you in the field with some Tanqueray gin. And they would be like, thank you. As you get older, people start having views about who you are. They had like a reputation. Mine is like, I'm insane. Fine. People have said that. I lend money to people and I don't get the money ever back. I wish I had a reputation of giving women orgasms 65% of the time. That would be good. I never seem to get that. Never ask a woman if you're in a relationship and you turn, like I was in a relationship for like a long time. 5 years in, I was like, hey, have you ever had a orgasm? And she looked at me, she goes, absolutely not. And my response was, let's go to Olive Garden. That's all I could think of. I was like, what the fuck? Think of something, John. Think of something. I've had a couple tragedies. I've gone through some anxiety, and my parents died. And, my friend calls me, he goes, John, you're just having a midlife crisis. And I'm like, I'm glad you think I'm going to live to 126. But my dad died, and if anybody's had a dad that you didn't get along with, that was my dad. So I had trouble when he died to cry. My brother goes, you haven't cried for your dad once. But then I was at a gas station filling up, and I started bawling. I heard a Bob Dylan song, and I just started bawling. And this gas station attendant ran out and goes, sir, don't worry, gas prices are going to go down. I was like, how about some free Pringles? My mom was different, though. I look like my mom, and I also look like Jamie Lee Curtis, which I think... I don't have her titties, but, I wish I did, sir. I wish I did. So one more motherfucker says I look like Jamie Lee Curtis. I just want to say thank you. Thank you. My mom was cool toward the end of her life because she started taking edibles. And she was like 90 taking edibles, which was a trip. She took some edibles once and we went and saw that Top Gun Maverick movie. And she started shaking next to me. And she leaned over to me and she goes, what the fuck is this movie about? She's shaking. And then she gets up and screams and goes, can Tom Cruise please fly that jet into the Scientology building and end the fucking movie? And then I carried her out like a panda and we got free tickets. Yeah, I missed her. When she got high, though, she was cool because she didn't put down what I was doing with my family. She was just like anybody else that you would talk to. Like a friend. She got so high once and she looked at me and she goes, did you have a good childhood? And I was like, I'm going to be honest this time. I was like, absolutely fucking not. I had a horrible childhood. And she had a joint in her hand and waited 30 seconds and went, "Word." I was like, what the fuck? And then she goes, "Make me a peanut butter jelly sandwich and shut the fuck up." I was in the Air Force. Yeah, that was interesting. You don't need applause for that. I was horrible. I remember when I was in basic training, I did not want to shoot an M16, and they go, "You cannot graduate without shooting an M16." So they sent me to a psychiatrist. And I had never been to a psychiatrist before. I was like 20. And they were like, "You can't graduate, but let me give you the scenario." The psychiatrist goes, "If your family was being raped and tortured, then would you use the M16? And I'm like, "It depends on who it is in my family." So, I don't know. Some of them deserve to be dead. Do I graduate? You know, the bombing of Iraq is very important to me because this is why I don't like Joe Biden. I hate him. This motherfucker, man. He sent all these troops. You know, I got out a little before 9/11, but my mom was worried because I served in the Middle East. And my mom didn't know how bad it was. She goes, "What are we doing? Bombing Iraq, what's that like?" And I said, I'll give you an example. It's like if we went to war with San Bernardino. You could bomb San Bernardino for 100 years. It's still going to be San Bernardino. There's going to be one in and out off the 215 and a crackhead selling an iPhone 9. That's it, Mom. That's it. I grew up in San Francisco, and really in the projects. I know there's a lot of white people here tonight, so they were black. I mean, they were pimps in my neighborhood, and I didn't know what a pimp was until I found out how much money he made. And I said, if my mom could get a job with this motherfucker, we can move out of this shitty neighborhood. Serious. I was like, we can leave. You just got to sell your ass, Mom. Get out there. Do something. Do something with your life. Your little kid is scared. One thing, Michael Jackson used to come to our neighborhood and do free concerts. That was fucking amazing. And so I got obsessed with Michael Jackson. And my mom goes, you know, she was like talking to me before I went to bed. She goes, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I said, "I want to be Michael Jackson." And the weird thing is he grew up and became me. Some asshole yelled out, "You mean a pedophile?" Shut the fuck up. No, white dummy. You know what I love about women, truly? A woman will believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. That shit is fucking scary. You ever ask a guy, "Hey, do you believe in me?" They go, "Are you going to kill yourself?" Shut up and watch the Laker game, motherfucker. That's one thing I love about women. And women will give you a chance even if you work at Target. They will tell their girlfriend, "I'm going to give him 6 fucking months to get another fucking job. And then I'm going to walk. But I'm going to give him a chance." Guys aren't like that. Guys are just so fucking superficial. Like, I have a neighbor. He's cheated on his wife. He's like in my age. He's like 58. And he goes, "You know, I'm thinking about getting a younger wife." And I'm like, "Dude, you haven't seen your penis in 30 years. Just torture your wife. Don't fucking screw around, you know? I just fucking hate that shit. Just get old and deal with your shit and stay with somebody for 30 fucking years. Here's how you know you're in a great relationship. If you're married for like 30 years and you go out to eat and the waiter comes over and goes, "Sir, what would you like to eat?" And you look at your wife and go, "Do I like spaghetti?" You're locked and loaded, man. That's you forever. shut the fuck up and just look out your window. I think people my age have a problem with trans people, and it's kind of sick. I had a friend of mine call me who's like 62 years old. He goes, I was at a bar, and a trans woman picked me up, and I wanted to kill her. And I was like, what the fuck is your fucking problem? I go, did she say she was trans up front? And he goes, yeah, she did. I go, did you tell her you're 62 when you live with your mom? All right, guys, enjoy the rest of the show. Peace.